Romantic Home family. I'm Olivia of Olivias Romantic Home. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some DIY, Dollar Tree, and budget-friendly bow making. You don't need any tools except for some scissors, some pretty ribbon, and floral wire or zip ties. This is for bow challenge folks like me. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys this amazing, this cost under $4 to make with all Dollar Tree ribbon. And how gorgeous is it? A big old present bow. You could also use it as a Christmas tree topper, and some other styles of bows as well. I promise after you guys watch this video, you're going to be able to make a bow. Listen, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's totally free. If you punch the bell and click all, it will update you every single time I post a new video. And if you guys want more crafting and decoration inspiration, really for any holiday, grab a cup of coffee, some hot tea, and press play on my playlist for every season, whether it be fall, Christmas, Easter, whatever you guys love. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. Let me share with you a beautiful designer ribbon. You don't need any tools except for ribbon, some scissors, and something to tie your bow in the center. So you could choose a pipe cleaner or a zip tie or even some floral wire. So I'm taking this wired ribbon. I found this ribbon at Hobby Lobby. It comes in a huge roll. Remember, it does need to be wired ribbon, and I'm just measuring the ribbon 16 inches long, and then simply take your ribbon and loop it over on itself. You want to do this 6 times to where you have 3 loops on each side. You can always do this smaller and only loop it over on itself 4 times. Then you want to go ahead and cut your ribbon off. Now you're going to take this set of loops and just set it aside. We want to use 2 other ribbons. Now we're going to do a 14-inch long set of loops with your ribbon. The next ribbon I chose was just some pretty red velvet ribbon. Again, your ribbon does need to be wired. You're going to do the same process that you did with the first one. So easy. I promise you guys can do this. You're going to take it and loop it over on itself. And this is just going to be 2 inches shorter than your first set of ribbons. So just loop it over on itself. And for this one, I did loop it over on itself 4 times because I was a little short on this ribbon. And I wanted to leave some for tails. So you're going to go ahead and do that and then trim off any excess. Then once you have that finished, and I'm sorry if my little puppy dog Benji Bear might be barking in the background. I think the neighbor dog is outside. So the next set of ribbon loops, you want to do 12 inches. So we started with 16 inches, 14 inches, and then now 12 inches. This beautiful ribbon came from Hobby Lobby. It's the most decorative, showy ribbon. So I'm using it last, and I want to use it last also because I want to try to use less of it just because it is a little bit more showy, and hopefully I can save some of it. Now I'm going to take the ribbon loops and stack them over on itself. Oh, and for that last set of loops, you loop it over on itself 4 times. So now I'm going to take a zip tie, I find the center, and I zip tie this in the center. Super easy. If you don't have zip ties, no worries. Grab some floral wire or a pipe cleaner. Then you want to take and just kind of pre-fluffy out your bow. You're going to fluff your bow multiple times before you're done with this process. So don't get frustrated if it looks a little flat or not quite how you want it. If you have any like weird little tails left over from your looping, you can trim those off with your scissors. The next thing I'm going to do is take and make tails. So I want to make these pretty long. I love long tails. So I'm making them 32 inches long, but you guys can make them really any size or however long you have your ribbon. I'm just taking my cutting mat and I'm going to loop it over on itself and then trim it off. That way they're all the same size. Super easy peasy. Don't panic. This is so easy. Just measure your tails. That's all you guys have to do for this section. The cutting mat is from Walmart. You can also order them on Amazon, but you could also just use a ruler. That would work too. Now I'm going to share with you guys how to dovetail your ends. Super easy. You take your ribbon and just fold it in half and then cut in an upwards direction. You want to cut away from yourself. Do not cut towards yourself. And look how pretty, those pretty little dovetails. We're going to do that to each set of ribbons. I really encourage you all to do this or cut a pretty slice in your ribbon. You don't want to have frayed edges of the ribbon. That looks not very boutique gorgeous, and we want to make this look really pretty with all the work we're doing. So now I'm just going to take another zip tie and zip tie the tails into the center of my ribbon. Now, how easy is this? You guys can totally do this. And in fact, I've had so many of you all comment. It's one of my most popular comments on all of my social media channels when I post a bow video is that you guys have finally learned how to make a bow. So congrats. I'm bow challenged, and this is the Olivia bow. This is why I came up with this style of bow. Now I'm going to take some excess velvet ribbon. It's pretty showy, and I'm just going to cut. I just cut a small piece, and then I'm going to use my hot glue gun. This step is extra, and I just wrapped that extra piece of ribbon and hot glued it in the back. You can run a little wire or zip tie or hook behind it if you know you're going to be adding it to a wreath or whatever. I'm not sure how I want to use this, so I just left it empty, but I am showing you guys how it would look if it was on a fireplace mantle garland. This is my studio. Now, how gorgeous is this bow? It is so designer, so high-end. I'm loving all the traditional colors. In fact, all of a sudden right now, I'm falling in love with traditional colors. I've been thinking about doing red and then like a burgundy mixed together with that tartan plaid. So beautiful and Christmas yummy. So comment down below if you all have tried the Olivia bow and if you're a bow challenge, and leave a bow emoji, whatever you guys want to say. Let's make a designer jumbo bow using Dollar Tree ribbon. So I'm starting out with a 12-inch piece of cardboard, and I'm going to take this Dollar Tree wired ribbon. It really needs to be wired ribbon, and I'm going to wrap it around my piece of cardboard 3 times. So that's going to create a 36-inch piece of ribbon. So my cardboard is measured at 12 inches. I'm going to continue to do that for the entire roll of ribbon, and that's going to give me 3 large pieces of ribbon. I chose 3 different Dollar Tree ribbons, and the little red and the candy stripe and the Santa Claus ho ho ho. Now, once I had all my ribbons cut, I'm going to take and dovetail the ends. To dovetail your ends, all you do is you take your ribbon, fold it in half, and cut in an upwards direction. Cut away from yourself because you don't want to cut your fingers or yourself. But trust me, it's happened to me before. And this is inspired by my sweet friend over at my DIY YouTube channel, and she calls this the Bestie Bow. So hey besties, and hey girl, thank you for the inspiration. Now I'm going to take my ribbon and make a 6-inch fold. So you can see I just traced out on my little 12-inch piece of cardboard a 6-inch fold. I'm going to take a chip clip and hold that together. This is so super easy. I'm going to do the same thing again and again with every set of ribbon, and you just want to layer them on top of each other. Another little tip, if you're using 3 different pattern ribbons, you want to go in a pattern and go every other one. So I chose the Santa ribbon, the red ribbon, and then the candy stripe ribbon. And you can keep moving in that direction. You guys can also use larger ribbon. This was just ribbon from the Dollar Tree that was already wired that I picked up in my Dollar Tree haul for Christmas. So I'm really trying to use what I have on hand. And again, I did layer them in a pattern. So just a little quick note like that. So all I'm doing is taking the ribbon and folding it over in that 6-inch. So you just take it, fold it over, and then pinch it over together. You could use anything to hold it together, but I found a chip clip worked really well. Now, you might want to use floral wire to tie off the center, but I'm using zip ties. They have become my best friend since I have carpal tunnel really bad in my hands, or inflammation or something that just makes my hands not work like they should anymore. The next thing I want to do is take my beautiful designer bow and really fluffy out the tails. So this is super, super, super important. And so you really want to twist and fluff and twist and fluff. And these bows look so beautiful as Christmas tree toppers. They look beautiful on top of packages and wreaths and garlands, wherever you want to put this gorgeous, beautiful designer bow. You guys can have so much fun with this. And you can also cut the tails shorter if you want to, or even stagger them. But really the key to this type of bow with this many loops is really taking it and fluffing it and playing with it. And you guys know me, I love big bows and I cannot lie, and bows make everything better. So at the thrift store, I found these stacked packages, and they're supposed to light up, but unfortunately only one of them lights up. So I'm gonna have to find some small lights that I can put up underneath there. But I'm gonna take a zip tie and zip tie this to the top of the package. I will tell you, they were a little bit kind of sad. So I'm really hoping this bow brightens up this little thrift store decor piece. I think it really is. I was hesitant about getting it. It was $8 for all three, which was a pretty good deal, but then I found out why, because it didn't work. But anyway, I think it's looking cute with my cute little Dollar Tree bow. So this bow was under $5, and I think it looks pretty awesome. I just took my fingers and kind of made a little curly cue to make it have some movement and fun. And then I had these ornaments in my Christmas craft stash, so I'm just showing you guys how it would look if I hot glue those ornaments into the top of this bow. I'm waiting to see what my theme is going to be and where I'm going to put these packages though before I add this bow, because I actually have two of these, and it's funny because in each package only one set of lights worked. So I went ahead and bought them anyway because I know these are really expensive in the store, so I think I can get some little lights off of Amazon and just run them up through there. But let me know what you guys think about this amazing designer bow, aka the Bestie Bow, and go check out my sweet friend at My DIY on YouTube. And thank you, girlfriend, for the amazing inspiration. So loving it. Let me share with you guys how to make an amazing designer bow using one roll of Dollar Tree ribbon. So it's $1.25 for this bow. All you're gonna need is a measuring stick. I have this little cutting mat from Walmart. You're gonna take and measure it 12 inches and then just make one loop. You guys can also use a ruler. You're gonna go ahead and cut this set of ribbon off and then set it aside, and then you're going to repeat the process. This is so easy. You guys can totally do this. Do not be scared. This is a bow that anybody can do, I promise you. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to measure it 12 inches and then you're just going to trim off your ribbon. Set that aside again. And then what you want to do is grab your hot glue gun and do this very carefully. You don't want to burn your little fingertips. And you're just going to hot glue on the edge of your ribbon. And then you're going to take that ribbon and connect it to the other piece of ribbon. How easy is that? You guys can totally do this. Then you're going to find the center, just kind of press it down, and then you're going to kind of set it aside. I'm using this jelly jar. A sweet friend of mine gave me some yummy strawberry jelly. I actually haven't opened it yet. So it's such a cute bottle. I don't actually want to open it. Do you guys ever do that? Like when something's really special, you just kind of hang on to it and save it. Okay, now I'm going to take and I'm going to do the same thing on the other ribbon. You just take it and connect it, add a little hot glue. Now I'm going to take these two pieces of ribbon and pinch them together. Super easy. Again, you guys don't panic. You guys can totally do this. And then I'm going to take a zip tie and just zip tie the center of it. I like zip ties because they hold really well. Again, I have problems with my hands anymore, and so the zip ties just work really easy for me. It's easy. I can't hardly grip the floral wire or pipe cleaners anymore. Maybe it's all the years of crafting. I don't know. My grandma had really bad arthritis in her hands to where once she got really old, her hands kind of curled in. So hopefully that doesn't happen to me, but I'm going to keep on crafting no matter what. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take the rest of this ribbon roll and that make a really large tail. And you can make whatever tail size you want, but this is just one roll of ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to tie it off in the center. And this ribbon was in the fall section. I grabbed a couple rolls of it because I knew we'd be doing some black and white ribbon during Christmas. And then I just tied that off in the center, and it gives you some beautiful bows. In fact, I was helping my friend Jake up at Bratton house the other day, and I created a bow like this for a beautiful cabin, and I just layered a couple of these loops together with different colors, and it came out really gorgeous. Now I'm taking and dovetailing my ends, which you just take and you cut a triangle at the end of your bow. So you fold the ribbon in half and cut in an upwards direction. You can also just slice it to the side. You can also take your hand to kind of fluff it out, and you really want to fluff your bows because that's what's going to make it look nice and pretty. I like to pre-fluff it, and then when I put it onto a wreath or a garland or a Christmas tree, I'll fluff it again. And so this is just an idea. I'm showing you guys kind of how I did the cabin wreath, where I took the ribbon and I kind of just ruched it together. Now the ribbon was wider. This ribbon isn't quite big enough for this wreath, and I'm just giving you guys an idea. This is not a finished product at all, but here's how it would kind of look if you put some ornaments in it. And it's such an easy bow. You guys can totally do this. Drop a bow emoji down below if you love big bows and you think if you think bows make everything better. I love y'all, and now we're gonna have a quick little clip of Benji Bear. So he had something super funny happen today. One of his balls got stuck in his bowl. So this is not actually his favorite ball. This is his orange ball. And if you guys have been following along with me, you know that his little green ball is actually his favorite ball. But here's how funny. So we were playing ball in the house, and his ball landed in his food bowl, and he would not get it out of his food bowl. I don't know why he gets scared about things like this. It's like the funniest thing. Comment down below what your puppy dog or kitty cat's name is, and let me know what are the weird funny things that they're scared of or that they do like this. So I kept telling him, you can do it, you can get it out of there, don't be scared. He, if you guys can tell, he's a terrier, and look at him barking. In fact, he's really been barked up today. I think it's because the weather has changed now and it's cool, and all the dogs are out in their yard and they're all barking. And in fact, you guys probably heard in this video him barking. So here he's got his little ball, but he wants to say hi and he loves you guys and roof and so thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafting and decorating adventure. It's a true blessing and honor to have you all here. If you all are new, welcome. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home. I'm a DIY crafty mama. I've been on YouTube now for 6 seasons, and I love to share with you all how you can have a boutique gorgeous home on a budget. I love crafting and decorating on a budget and sharing with you guys how you can make things a little bit more high-end and fun in your home without breaking the bank. And I also love to encourage you guys and inspire you to keep going. I am a lady of faith, and so I've always fallen back on that when times get tough or when times are good. So we praise in the tough times and we praise in the joy as well. So wherever you guys are at in your crafting and decorating adventure or journey, keep going, give yourself some grace. Your bows might not be perfect, or your painting project might not be perfect, or maybe your wreath didn't turn out quite like you hoped for, but every time you guys try to craft and create, it's gonna get a little bit better, I promise. And for me, as a creative person and a holiday enthusiast, I feel like crafting and decorating is so good for your heart and soul. So if you're feeling a little bit down or you're feeling a little bit anxious, get out your paintbrushes or get out your glue gun and some pretty ribbon and just have fun crafting and decorating, and maybe make something nice for a friend. I always feel like when I do something where I lend my talent or my heart or my art, it helps me feel better if I'm making a friend feel better. So anyway, I just want to encourage you guys on that in your life journey. I love y'all so much. This is episode 3 in my I Love Christmas series, so don't miss the rest of this series. I've been having guest hosts on with my dear friends Jake and Caleb up at Bratton House Antiques in Branson, Missouri. Was in our last video. We shared with you guys how to fluff a Christmas tree and how to put together a Christmas tree using ribbons and picks and ornaments. And then in the first episode, I shared with you guys this beautiful, amazing, elegant wreath on a budget, and also a pretty snowy wreath and some other fun Dollar Tree goodies. So that's just a little bit of a rehash on what we have done so far. So you guys don't want to miss out on this series. And if you're so excited for Christmas coming up or so excited for fall, go back to my Olivia's Romantic Home YouTube playlist, and all you guys have to do is press play on those Christmas playlists, those fall playlists, grab a cup of coffee, hot cocoa, kick back and get so inspired. And I do so many different styles as well. So maybe you don't like black and white check, or maybe you don't like traditional red. I do pink. I do all kinds of different styles for you guys and colors, and you can always take my ideas and change the ribbon and change the paint color to suit your fancy. So I love y'all. I can't wait for our next video. Have a gorgeous, blessed weekend, and until our next video, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.